Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Thank you for joining me as always. So over the last week, I've heard the word co-op more than I have in the last 3 months, which leads me to believe it is time to really dive into this because I've been giving it a lot of thought. Recently was out of town, had a few minutes to myself, and was actually thinking about co-op and just how absolutely a disaster it all truly is. Because it is. It needs so much reform. It is crazy. Let's start off with the idea that co-op vendors are approved via whatever, let's just say there is some sort of stringent requirement that is there for them to sign up. But once on board, forget it. Forget it. How often has your OEM come to you and told you they've removed a vendor from their approved list? I'll give you a second. That's right. Never. You know why? Because it isn't about post-inspection. It's about who greases the wheel the most. Don't let any of them fool you. Anyone using a middleman is about greasing the wheel. So this is a two-sided argument. This is a three-sided argument that sucks for everyone involved. Let's first start with the dealer, the most important person of this discussion. They are limited in the options that they can participate in to have money that is theirs from cars that they sold. Follow me so far? Excellent. So here's the thing. If it's their money, their cars, they sold it, and they want to do their marketing, why can't they just pick their vendor and get back their money? Why can't it be that simple? I get it. Corporate bureaucracy, political nonsense. Okay, good. Those are all a part of the things. Okay, fine. Let's go to the second party involved here. Next party, the vendors. Most of these vendors have to lose money to be a part of these programs long term. Why does that and how does that make any sense at all? Okay? The other thing is these vendors, once in, they put your feet up. You're in. It's all that. Trust me, no one listens to more vendor pitches than me, okay? And when I hear every vendor pitch start with, well, we're a co-op this and we're IMR that and we're certified this, dude, that is the worst possible thing to hear when being pitched on a brand new product, because what it says to me is, well, I better use my co-op dollars because I wouldn't pay for this product without it. Now, why is that? Well, it's because most co-op programs are garbage. Most vendors inside co-op programs are garbage, okay? And because they're never inspected after the fact. And I know you guys are going to find me someone, okay? I'm going to get an email, a text, a phone call saying, Sean, this one OEM, this one time removed a vendor. Good for them. Don't care. I'm not in the exception rule, or in the exception business. I'm in the rule business, okay? So the rule is once they're in, they're there. What we have a saying in the car business, been around a long time, which is pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. So I ask you again, why is there no deeper dive into approved vendors? Now, the third party is the OEM, which I care very little about. I just don't care. Here's what I recommend to the OEM. Stay in your lane. You manufacture cars, you wholesale cars. End it there, okay? You have brand agreements. You can have all your brand inspections. Make sure your logos are 3/8 of an inch and you've got the right font. Have all those people you want. Who cares, okay? Doesn't matter. What you don't want to be involved in is if you're going to offer co-op, just standardize it. Make it easy. You see, I thought about this for a while, and I thought to myself, am I making this too easy? Because I have a habit of doing that, because, well, that's how I like to live my life, as easy as possible. So is there a reason that a manufacturer just can't come out and say, if you want co-op for paid search, you owe us X, Y, and Z? If you want co-op for social media, you owe us X, Y, and Z. What? Why does this have to come from a certified vendor? Because they passed your trust test? Is that what this is about? Oh, they're certified. They're not taking advantage of us. Bullshit. Not only are they taking advantage of OEMs, they're absolutely fucking your dealers. Okay? You want to have a real conversation about this? One of y'all pick up the phone and call me. I'll tell you what's really going on with your co-opable garbage programs. Because for the most part, they're a complete waste of money. So bravo to you, OEM, for giving money back to dealers for money they should have never had to spend with terrible vendors. Congratulations. Let's give you a high five, because that's what you deserve. Wrong. You deserve to be called out for your bullshit programs every single day of your lives. And I get why most people don't do it. They're bound to you. I'm not. Don't care. Not interested. Last time I called out an OEM, you know what they did to me? They threatened me. Well, this is fun, huh? They threatened a 2-year-old company that we could never participate in their turnkey co-op programs if we kept talking the way we were. You know what happened on that call? I got this guy, some vice president of bullshit somewhere in some office that makes no difference. You know what he said to me? He ended up hanging up on me. Have you ever experienced this in your life? You ever had someone call you to call you out and then they hang up on you? Buddy, changed my life. And I recorded the entire phone call. Luckily, I called my lawyer to see if I should release it. He told me I probably shouldn't, so I never did. But here's the difference. They had nothing to stand on. I wasn't wrong about what I was saying. I typically don't come on these shows. If I am, why the hell would I do that? Why would I come out and create nonsense for myself? Here's the point. We need reform. And the only way to get reform is to be loud and obnoxious until someone hears you. Okay? I've gotten calls this week from dealers and vendors alike. Here are a few of the things I've heard. From a dealer, which is, Sean, I really don't want to use this vendor, but I have co-op dollars. Oh, man. Nothing hurts my heart more than to hear that. A vendor that I was speaking with this week said, Sean, our company was involved in a program with an OEM where it was basically trying to feel everyone out and see what was going on to see if they would add any more vendors to their approved list. After 6 months, you know what they turned out saying? No, we're not going to add any vendors to our list because we like the 4 we have that take care of the majority of our dealer base. And what do we like about them? Well, it's not about their campaigns, because I have news for you folks. All these companies that were being tested and piloted before they were fired, do you want to guess how many of them had their accounts audited to see the quality of the work they performed over the last 6 months? What's that? 0? That's be correct. 0. No auditing whatsoever, just a bullshit form letter that goes out, says thanks for participating, have a nice day, you're no longer a part of the program. How lazy is that? Well, it's not the end of it. You start looking at other companies. So today, I was reading a piece by John Resurrection talking about where co-op is and why it hurts. His company, MXS Solutions, dude, these dudes, they're different, right? But they're not a part of co-op programs. So they can't participate and no one can see them. Guys over at Reunion Marketing, not co-opable, can't be on those programs. Get checked off the list, not because of how good they are at their jobs, but because they don't check a box to get back 50, 60, 75, 80, 100% of the money, whatever it is. Dealers, this is specifically for you. Stop wasting money with co-op vendors. I will prove to you, if you give me the chance, or give anyone I know the chance, I will prove to you that your money will be more well spent without these vendors than with them. Well, Sean, I won't get my co-op back. Big deal. Who cares? Live without it. Because when you live with someone else's money like co-op, you make bad decisions. I've watched it every single day for the last 7 years. Bad decisions. When co-op gets involved, people get silly. They can't think straight. They got to do it because they have the dollars. Well, let's just spend it because we have it. Nonsense. Nonsense. Let's go do something different. Let's do digital TV. Let's do traditional advertising. Burn that money out on traditional advertising. Oh, but Sean, there's no value in that. Bullshit, there's not. There's plenty of value still in traditional advertising, especially radio. OTT is becoming extremely co-opable across the board. Pre-roll is a big deal. But let's touch on something more that I find to be even more interesting, because recently, again, talking with a dealer, just so everyone knows, shit ain't made up. This is what I'm hearing every single day in my position. So, dealer calls me, I don't know, a couple days ago, says to me, hey, Sean, I'm thinking about getting into doing some training. Exciting times. Love that. What are you thinking about doing? Well, I like these 2 guys over here. I like what they do, but my OEM won't co-op training by these vendors. Why is that? Well, they don't co-op a lot of training in general. but they only co-op vendors that are on their list. And frankly, their list isn't very satisfactory to my dealer. He doesn't see the value in that list. So what he'd like to do is hire trainers, submit his bill, and get his money back. But he cannot because they're not approved. They weren't willing to pay to be a part of something. Okay? You guys can eliminate so much third-party middleman waste between OEM and dealers if you just standardize your co-op program and said, for training, we need this. For digital advertising, we need this. Seriously, does anyone remember what co-op was like before these certified providers? Dude, it was a lot easier than it fucking is now. It's such a headache. It's so much bureaucracy. It's nuts. And then it's like, oh, well, did you know that that's actually 4 days past the deadline and we actually can't help you? 4 days past the deadline. What if we start putting deadlines on when you were supposed to deliver inventory to our dealerships and didn't? Were you going to give us some sort of a credit for that? No, you're not. So why, again, are we being held to a different standard than we can and are able to hold them to? So you have easy fixes as far as I'm concerned. You have major problems. The fact that you incentivize marketing over training in your co-ops is jacked up. It's jacked up. Training should be number one on everyone's co-opability list from the OEM side. The number one thing you should pay out your dealers for is co-op, is training. The number two thing you should pay for is marketing. Okay? That should be the order. It's not in most cases, and that's what's wrong with it. I want to make sure that I have all of this. Oh, how about the newest these stupid certified programs? So, any GM dealers out there who watch the show? How's that first quarter website launch going? You guys all changed over? Everyone's on their new sites? What's that? No. Why is that? Let me think. Oh yeah, another corporate mess. You go ahead and you decide that you're going to open it up for everyone. You're going to give everyone choices. Then you take your sweet ass time going through God knows what to get here. Dealers have had sites built in the queue now for 4 months. And you sit here and you say, well, we just don't have it where we need it. Well, oh, that's funny because the existing vendor platform was upgraded overnight, basically. Interesting how that works. God, here you go trying to make it right and you still find a way to fuck it up. Go figure. Every single time a manufacturer gets involved in marketing, it gets screwed. Stay out of it. You're never going to have a dealer come to you and tell you how to manufacture cars, so don't come to them, tell them how to market them or sell them. Frankly, the majority of you need to go look at your own marketing plans, garbage, and put some incentive on hoods of cars. Give these dealers something to sell. You want to help them? Stop talking about co-op to them. Start talking about value and deals you can put on these hoods to help move them off their lots. That's what you can do. Okay, rant over. I have expelled all that I can in this moment. I'm very frustrated about it. It's probably not going to end when the camera goes off. So if there's something you got to say about it, let me know because I want to hear it. I'm open to any of it. You guys know the number. 262-278-0157. That's for anyone who just heard this message and has something they want. Broken pens, dude. Crazy. Has anything they want to say to me about it? I'm all ears. I would love to come up with a plan for everyone to get together and reform this for who it matters most. And who is that? The dealer. Thank you. Producers got dealer. Everyone's got dealer. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really, really appreciate it. I know it can be a lot, but it's because the passion is here and it needs to be fixed. All right? Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful week.